Welcome to Mark's Finance and Fitness. Today we're going to be talking about fitness. Outdoors, this is day 2 of our series this week. As you can see, we're in a mountain range. This is the Sandia Mountains and we're traveling to Sandia Peak. This is the top of the mountain and it stands at 10,679 feet. And it overlooks Albuquerque, which is a city in New Mexico. As you can see, these roads get pretty windy. Here we're kind of at the bottom of the trip, so not too many tall pine trees, a lot more trees. Oh, this is a place called Tinkertown. It's a really cool museum I recommend if you're ever in the area. It's closed right now due to the pandemic, but when it opens, highly recommend. It's a little cloudy today, which is kind of neat. You'll see when we get to the top, there will be some clouds out in the distance that are probably producing some snow. The views all the way to the top are beautiful and breathtaking. And if you stay till the end of the video, there are some pretty cool videos that we got to shoot of some wildlife. So here you can see the snow piling up. The trees are getting a little bit taller, a little bit thicker, and the sun is starting to set. It's very cold on this drive, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk about getting outside, taking a trip. You know, it's really good for yourself to get out of your routine, to go do something different, because you never know what you're going to see. Nature is healing. To me, it's just a great escape. You get the chance to see wildlife, different trees, plants, just nature in general. On this drive, there are many places to stop and go hike. What I like to do is come up here often. I do live in Albuquerque, and this is a half an hour to 45-minute drive from Albuquerque. It's not that far to go from desert city to lush, beautiful forest. And I like to come out here, and each time I drive up here, I choose a different trail to go hiking on. And you'd be surprised at the diversity each trail offers. Here is Sandia Peak, or the Sandia ski resort. If you are a skier or snowboarder, I've been there a few times and snowboarded. I've never skied, but it's a lot of fun. And there's a nice view there, and you can see the trees are getting a little thicker. The other cool thing is we're taking the drive on the east side of the mountain. Albuquerque sits on the west side. Well, look at there, there's some aspens starting to produce a little bit more. So we're driving up the east side. On the west side of the mountain, you can take the Sandia tram. It's a tram car ride, the second longest in the world, and that offers spectacular views as well because the other side of the mountain is a lot more rocky and it's a more dramatic incline to the top. So I recommend either or, but driving just allows you a little bit more freedom to stop wherever you'd like, get out, get some fresh air, go for a hike, do some different type of exercise that will challenge different muscles in your body. It also is good for your mind to see diversity in scenery. It just makes you feel better when you finish your trip, get back home. You just feel recharged, revived, and it's just a great thing. So I highly recommend everyone getting out. There's these cool rock formations that you'll see through the whole drive that are really cool to look at. And here you see they salted the roads. This is a neat spot to get out. Look at that view. And it's about 13 degrees right here, which is freezing, so I didn't stay out too long. But look at that view, just overlooking the land. So vast. There's also a hiking trail that I like to take up here. It's called the 10K trail. And it is an amazing trail. At the end of the trail, you're rewarded with a spectacular view. And if you look down there, there's some dead trees. Those are all aspens. It's a group of small, younger aspens. It's so cool to walk through. Again, we're getting higher, so you see the pine trees getting taller, getting thicker. It's fun to try to look in the trees because the denseness gets more and more as you go to the top. So it's kind of creepy. You kind of think of the Blair Witch Project or, any movie where you're in the forest. You don't want to take the wrong turn. So it's kind of fun. Here we're still climbing and the views are just spectacular. Again, here the trees are getting thicker and taller. The snow is more prominent here. And if anyone knows why when they salt the roads it's red, I'd like to know. So comment below. And here's the treat. We get to the top and looking out east, you see the sun is setting. Half the trees are in the sun and half of them are in the shade. And out in the distance, those clouds, I bet, are producing some snow in the other mountains. Again, the Sandias are part of the Rocky Mountains, and they come down into New Mexico. And here is my favorite view looking out on the city of Albuquerque. It's gorgeous. It's quite the view. You could see for just forever, as far as the eye can see. It feels like you're in a plane because of the view. The houses look like ants, little tiny ants. But it's just to sit there and just look at it or stand there and just take it all in. It just is a great thing for oneself to do. It's just, bask in the beauty of nature, the views that it has to offer. Here's the mountain chain going down south, and it goes and goes and goes. I mean, there's so much hiking opportunities if you have any type of mountain chain near you. So we're headed back down, and as you can tell, here's the proof, 11 degrees. It was freezing. Wrapped myself up pretty good in coats and scarves and hoodies, and here's the treat I wanted to share with you all. On the way down, we spotted a buck and another deer that's next to it, and got to see them walking for quite a while. It was so neat to hear them stepping in the snow and get this close to nature, to wildlife. I'm telling you guys, you never know what you're going to see, and it's just so exciting and thrilling. It's just awesome. You can see he has a stick stuck in his antlers. I wanted to go get him, but I know that'd probably be a horrible idea. He'd probably buck me across the road. But just beautiful animals. Again, it's good to get out. You never know what you're going to see. I decided to get out of the car again on a pit stop and walk out in the snow and just show you the trees up close, the snow that I'm stepping in. And you can look out and you can just see the density of the trees, and you just never know if a mountain lion or a bear is looking at you. But they're more scared of us than anything, so I never worry. But I also do recommend, hiking in pairs or more. But just look at this. I'm going to step in the snow here. It's pretty deep. And so, in the spring and summer, I'm going to come back and I will do some videos, and hopefully we can capture a few streams when the snow melts off. Going back down the crest, this is another opportunity I wanted to show, just the beautiful view that the Sandia Mountains provide. Again, the road up and down, it's very windy. A lot of times you're going 15, 20 miles per hour. But it forces you to slow down and take it all in. And look at that view, just headed down. Again, if you have someone with you, you definitely want one person paying attention to the road. Up there's a neat spot I like to hike. It kind of goes over into this bowl area, and it has a lot of pine trees. So this was my trip up to the Sandia Peak, up to 10,679 feet, the tallest point of the mountain, showing you the diversity of trees, the aspens, the pine trees, showing you wildlife, as you can see here. You just never know what you're going to spot. In fact, I go up here pretty often, at least once a month, and about 80% of the time, I will see deer. But this time I saw a buck, which was pretty awesome. That's pretty rare. But what I want to leave you all with is getting out of your routine. Your routine is good. Sometimes we get too stuck in a routine, and that does not create growth in ourselves. And just getting out and exploring the areas around you, getting outside, I just think is super healthy. Get some fresh air, some sun, seeing different sights and just putting that in your memory and your mind. It's just awesome. And especially if you go with, family or friends, it just creates everlasting memories of great times. I like to just do things too, collect rocks or sticks. I've got some really cool walking sticks going on these trips. And so I just highly recommend getting out and The next trip will be this weekend and I'll be posting it. It'll be the last trip. But have a great day, everyone.